Welcome to 5 Minutes, your quick dive into the wide-ranging world of insurance, technology, and leadership. I'm Miguel Edwards, and I'll be your guide as we explore these topics that are transforming not just the insurance industry, but the business world at large. Along with sharing observations I've made over the span of my career in insurance, technology, and operations, I'll be chatting with some of the brightest minds in business and leadership. Whether you're a seasoned executive or a rising star, an industry expert, or just curious about how technology is revolutionizing insurance, this is your perfect spot for your weekly dose of insights. This is 5 Minutes. Talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing on the agency side, specifically as it relates to digital marketing and content marketing. Like, what are you seeing in trends, and what is the need out there for agents to really be thinking about it? And my perspective, again, from a carrier, on the carrier side is, what do carriers need to be doing to support that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So we took a 3-prong approach at Rogue. Mm-hmm. Our core foundational method of driving new business into the agency was inbound marketing. Okay. So and this is it's not rocket science, and people get hung up and I don't want to be on video and all that stuff. And that's fine, because that just leaves more business for the people that do. But all I did in the simplest form was stand in front of a video camera, and for 2 to 5 minutes, I just answered very common, very basic questions about insurance. What is general liability for an excavation contractor? And then I'd answer that question. How does workers' comp, what's the best workers' comp for a bakery? Mm-hmm. And then I'd answer that question. And then I did that 450 times, right? I mean, I just record 4 to 6 videos every Monday, and then we'd produce them real quick. I mean, we just all templatize. I mean, this is super easy stuff. And Sure. Then we would just schedule them out, and out they'd go. And, we were driving at our height 15 to 20 leads. That's probably too much through that channel. 12 to 15 leads a day through YouTube, just through YouTube. And our website, just SEO. So that was prong number 1, and that was our foundation. And the reason that I like that as a foundation is because you can you can not be in the office and still get leads. Mm-hmm. Right? It's just always, the internet is always working for you. People always have questions. They go find it. If they like you, if they like the way you talk, if they like the way you talk about the answer, they contact you, whether it's via phone, text, email, whatever. So I like that as a foundation. Okay. Once you have that foundation in place, then the next 2 prongs are strategic cold outreach. And how we did it was using video. Okay. So if I wanted to work with you, I would pull up your website, and we used Loom, and I would pull up your website on Loom, and I pull it up and I say, hey, Miguel, I see you're an excavation contractor. Looks like you dig below 10 feet. Looks like you have a couple trucks. I got to tell you, I have a market that absolutely dominates where you're at. Additionally, we have over 100 clients inside our book of business that look and feel very similar to you. We're very, very consistent. We're very confident in our ability to address your needs. If you aren't getting, blah, blah, blah with those trucks that you have, I think it's worth a call. Would you be interested in a couple minutes, right? Something like that. I mean, I just made that up off the top of my head, but, cold video outreach. Now, the reason we do cold video outreach versus phone is, 1, it takes 100 phone calls to get 2 appointments, right? Like, that's the whole method. We were finding somewhere between 10 and 15 video outreaches would get 2 appointments. And the reason is because if you get an email, and the cool thing about Loom is in the email, when you add a Loom link, it puts a little thumbnail up. And if it's their website, you can't not click on a video that has your website in the email, right? Like, you can't not click on it. Like, your brain's like, wow, they were on my website. Holy crap. And then when they hear your voice, they see your face, the little circle in the bottom left, they see their website, and here you are addressing the specific needs based on what they see on their website in 90 seconds. They're like, shit, I got to talk to this guy. Like, I love it. Like, look at the time he took. Like, he understands my, they've never been prospect to that way. So we use that for outreach. And then the third prong of that approach, this is a little longer burn, but it's really where you make your hay, is through partnerships. So how we did this was, I would go to the app store on my iPhone, and I would pull up, I'd put like landscaping in, and there's all these apps dedicated to helping landscapers. Some of them are for like personal stuff. So obviously that's not necessarily what we want, but we would want to find the ones that were related to landscapers and business. So some app, maybe like an accounting app or a surveying app or a proposal app, whatever. And then I would reach out to the CEO or the founder or someone on their team and say, look, like, we write landscapers. We're in all 50 states. If you're looking for an additional revenue stream for your business, we have a program that we can partner on. And if you refer us business, we can pay you. And that took 2 forms. Usually the first 3 months would just be a straight $25 referral fee. And we did that because $25 sits basically underneath the limit that any state has for a non-licensed referral. And then if that pilot went well, then we would look to do a joint venture where we could actually share in profits. So the referral partners send you a massive amount of very targeted accounts. The outreach allows you to be very strategic in bringing in maybe whales or strategic accounts that you know are very good for your book. Sure. And then the inbound just keeps a constant flow of business coming in. And those 3 prongs are how we were able to grow so fast.
Thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minutes. If you've enjoyed our discussion, we'd love for you to share it with anyone else you think might find it interesting. Also, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on and hit that bell to stay on top of the game with our practical 5-minute episodes. We look forward to seeing you again next week.